right, good afternoon, everyone. This is February 5th, 2025. And some of you know we do a podcast every Wednesday on YouTube at DCI Motorsports 1111. Tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss this water crossover that we make for our Ram Air 5 cylinder heads. And for those who don't know about those, this is a quick glimpse at our cylinder head that we make right now. It's a tunnel port head. It's kind of a copy of the factory Ram Air 5 head from back in the late 60s from Pontiac Motor Division. And as you can tell, this thing's a little bit beefier. Look at the size of that head. It's a lot thicker than a factory head. What we did is we took the Ram Air 5 heads and we put them on steroids. And now these things are beasts. We can get real easily 600 to 800 horsepower on pump gas, and we've got engines normally aspirated with around 12.5, 13.1 compression, making 1200 plus horsepower. So anyhow, these are a killer cylinder head, but we had to make an intake manifold for them because we raised the intake port up, and this is one of our intakes here. This is a tunnel ram, but we make a single 4 intake as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everybody the tooling that we use to make this water crossover, which uses actually a 1965 Pontiac Tri-Power water neck, which is kind of convenient because you can still purchase those as reproduction parts. So we're going to walk over here and I'm going to show you the tooling that we use to make this part. And here's the actual part not on the engine. And as you can see, it's not a real complex piece, but it does have some features that allow it to work with the intake manifold we are making. And we made this thing so that we can put 2 temp coolant sensors in it. And of course it receives or it'll take a thermostat in there too. And you can bypass this if you want. We made it so you can tap that hole there and put a plug in it if you want, or you can leave the bypass open. I recommend you leave the bypass open. But anyhow, this is the tooling here, and when you're looking at tooling, it doesn't quite look like what you might think for a water crossover, but you can see the basic shape. This is the external part of the water crossover here, and I'm going to show you the core here in just a second. But this part here is like what you call this is a pattern, okay? And what the pattern does is you put this in a box, and you can actually, or what it actually does is you pack sand around this, and then when you pull the box or this out of the box, then it leaves an imprint of the part that you want to pour. So, and what you have to have, there's certain things that make this operate properly and flawlessly. Is right here, these are locators, and what that locator's for is this is the water core jacket here, and as you can see on this water core jacket, this is the locator, and that kind of goes into that spot there so that it holds it in place, so that when you're pouring the aluminum in, it doesn't allow this thing to move much. And there's also a big one right here too in the center, and you can see that on this part as well. And then this is 2 halves, and so what happens is when they do the core, this part here goes like this, and then you blow into the mold or the core box. You blow sand in there, and it's got a chemical in it, and that chemical, whenever you hit it with, I think they hit it with nitrogen, I'm not sure, or CO2, one or the other. Anyhow, it solidifies the glue in the sand, and then you can pull the core out of this box. And as you can see down in there, there's little vents, whenever they blow this thing, that allows air to escape so that all the sand can reach all the cavity inside of here. But we're going to go over that tonight on our podcast. I just thought I'd give a little pre-show on what's going to happen tonight, so that alert everybody, so everybody can show up tonight at 6 p.m. at DCI Motorsports 1111 for our Bench Racing podcast. Hope to see everybody there this evening.